Hey everybody, Eric Schramm here with Carpe More Diem, and as promised, here is your video walkthrough of the goals pages, and these come straight out of the Carpe More Diem planner, but they can also be used as a standalone, and that's what I have here for you. So this is the beginning page, and as you'll see, is we've got our yearly theme, which I would write again 1 to 2 sentences there. Hey everybody, Eric Schramm here with Carpe More Diem, and as promised, here is the video for the goals pages. Now these come straight out of the Carpe More Diem planner, but they are a really great resource and they're great to stand alone, and this is why I pulled them out so that we could have a little bit of a video training on this. So this is the first page, and what I love about this page is that number one, it's a good snapshot of all the goals and my yearly theme. So I write my yearly theme there. Again, a word, sometimes it's 1 to 2 sentences that just put an exclamation point on who I want to be or what I want to do this year, and what I want this year's theme to be, kind of the filter for all the decisions and everything that I make in that year. And then I've got space here for yearly goals. So you'll notice there's in that area, it's broken down into 3 different parts. So I've got the Q for what quarter I'm going to do that in, what priority it's in, and then your goal here. And that's just the one-liner, the one-sentence thing as you hone it in. Now, some of these might be Q1 to 4, maybe Q1 and 2, maybe Q3, maybe Q2, whatever it is. And the priority I typically do in pencil because it sometimes changes. And it's not going to be in order, at least for your first round. Once you are done with this, you can go back and change the order of them if you want. But this is a snapshot. I go back to this actually weekly. Part of my weekly preview setup is going back through and looking at my yearly theme, looking at my yearly goals, and going, okay, how am I doing? Is there anything I need to change? Is there anything I want to do? But the bread and butter here, guys, are the goals pages. You've got 10 of these, and so let me walk through them really, really quickly. So everybody talks about the SMART goal, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, or realistic, and then time-based or time-bound, depending on how you want to throw that. There's a new acronym called SMARTER. One is, does it give you energy? And I don't know what the R is, but it's a decent one, but it just adds more specificity to it, okay? And so this just kind of checks off the boxes, because the reality is that you want to make sure that you do have at least a SMART goal, right? Is it specific? Meaning, how do you know, that it's something that you can really do? Can you really get this done if it's not specific, right? Go write a book. Well, that's not very specific, right? So we want to make sure it's specific. Measurable is either it's something that I can say, hey, yes, it was done, or no, it wasn't done, right? I want to run a 5-minute mile. Well, if I run a 6-minute mile, I can know that I'm not there yet, right? Attainable, right? We want to make sure that it's actually something that we can do. It might be a stretch. It might be something that I have to really put some work in and dedication and push to it, but it is something that is attainable. I can do it. Realistic is kind of like attainable, but it can sometimes be a little bit different, because if I'm as an example, right, an oak seed can say, hey, I aspire to be, my goal is to be an oak tree one day, right? But the reality is that it can't aspire to be a mountain, right? It's just something that it is not. And this is where we've got to do a little bit of a self-work sometimes, because the reality of the situation is sometimes our mind can tell us, well, I'm just not built that way, or I just can't do that, or that's just not who I am, or whatever. And so obviously get rid of the self-talk, get rid of the bad stuff, the guilt and the shame, any of that, and just go, is this something that is realistically in my wheelhouse to do? And then time-bound. You want to give yourself, don't give yourself an infinite amount of time to get it done, right? I want to be 21% body fat by June 15th, right? That's time bound. I know, again, That I got it measurable, right? Because I've got the 21% body fat, that's measurable, and time bound is by June 15th. There you go. And again, that is what I'll be writing here in the goal summary area. And then this is my why. This goal is important to me because this is what, when it starts to get difficult, when it starts to get hard, this is what we do. We go in then you've got this, the why here, right? This goal is important to me because this is your why. This is important because when things get rough, when things get hard in your goal, you want to be able to have that why to go back to and say, this is why I want to do this. This is my purpose and meaning behind this. Okay? So give yourself a good why. Take some time and think about that. Progress goals, right? These are based on the goal summary, what milestones need to be accomplished in order for that goal to happen, right? So if one of my goals is to write a book, then what are 3 steps that I can chunk this bigger goal down into that I can create kind of milestones or what I'm calling progress goals to get there? So one might be to research book content. The other one might be to outline it. And then the other one might be to write my first draft. And I would put those in there. And then we get down into the action steps. Based on your progress goals, what needs to be done? And so you've got progress goal number 1, 2, and 3, and then A, B, and C here for these can be tasks, these can be other additional mini goals, again, to get you where you want to go. And again, that is the best way that I've been able to find to break down these bigger goals into smaller chunks, and then these go into my quarterly plan, these go into my weekly plan, or my monthly plan go into my weekly plan, and then they go into my daily task list, my focus 4, and my power list. So anyway, all that to say, these are some great goal pages. I hope you enjoy it. I hope this training was helpful. If you got any questions, reach out. Happy to answer any that you have, and we'll see you on the next one.